Hi, I'm Bob Diamond. Today, we're going to discuss the 6 money mindset laws that you need to become rich. Now, there are dozens of money mindset laws on how to become rich, and they're all important. But these 6 are the ones that I believe are among the most important. This video is like an accelerated course on the money mindset that you need to be successful in entrepreneurship, business, and investing. The first rule number 1, do not be afraid to buy the Starbucks latte. I know they're expensive, but if you want it, don't be afraid to buy it. There's an idea out there that a lot of financial gurus on like radio and TV want to tell you. They'll tell you that you can save your way to riches. It's called the Latte Factor. And that's the idea that recurring small purchases, like a daily Starbucks, are going to add up to a ridiculous amount of money over the course of a lifetime and change your financial future. Now, for example, if you were going to buy an $8 latte every day over your working lifetime, that's 45 years, that would add up to more than $100,000 per year. And if instead you skipped the line and invested that money over the course of your 4 decades or so in working in the stock market, you'd have over $1 million by retirement. But there's a big problem with that way of thinking. The latte factor assumes that the amount of money that you can make is finite and scarce, and that any money you do get needs to be preserved like you're some sort of a squirrel saving nuts for the winter. Money is not a scarce resource. In fact, money is abundant. What you need to do to get that abundant money is learn how to do something that people highly value so that you can offer your product or service at a price that can offer you a handsome profit and leave behind a very happy and very satisfied customer. The secret is offering a product or service that's in demand and where your customer is so happy that they found you that they tell other people about you and that they smile when they think about you. Do that and you can become far wealthier much faster than you ever imagined. So please go ahead and enjoy your cafe latte and spend your time, instead of trying to scrimp and save, identifying a product or service that you can offer people that they really truly want and they're more than happy to pay for. This might be a business where you're offering a done-for-them service. That's something like I do in my business with the overages business. In that business, I get people a lot of money that they never knew they were eligible to receive. Or it might be something that entertains people and makes them laugh and feel good. Some of the wealthiest people in our society are entertainers. I think that Taylor Swift, by the way, shifts whole economies when she goes and gives concert tours. It's absolutely amazing. I even have a friend that organizes cruises and networking events where he makes great money, has many happy attendees, and he has a really good time. Or it might be a hot product that you offer, some physical product. For example, I have another friend who's contracting with what's called a compounding pharmacy. That's a pharmacy that makes drugs on a custom basis to provide low-cost GLP inhibitors. And GLP inhibitors are those newly famous drugs that help people to lose weight, sort of the miracle drug, weight loss. And believe it or not, you don't have to get the brand names. You can also have pharmacies actually make it up for you. And it's much, much less expensive. There are literally hundreds of products and services that you could offer right now that can absolutely transform your financial life, that could fill up your retirement account, and that can make financial abundance for you. Wealth is simply the product of making the choice to spend your time doing things that people will pay you for. It's not about saving $8 on a Starbucks latte. Now, the second rule, making money is absolutely a long-term game. Warren Buffett is one of the wealthiest men alive and probably one of the best examples of this. He has a personal fortune of over $100 billion. But here's something I'll bet you didn't know. Did you know that Warren didn't even become a billionaire until he was 55 years old? In fact, 99% of his net worth today was earned after his 50th birthday. Isn't that amazing? Now, Warren was always in pursuit of making money. His goal as a child was to become a millionaire by the time he was 30. He did that, and of course then some. Now, how did he do it? Well, he understood from an early age that making money was a lifelong game of learning and application. And he had to get started learning the lessons as soon as possible in order to find his big successes. So he started early. By the time Warren was 11 years old, he was buying stocks. When he was a teenager, he actually filed his first tax return. He delivered newspapers. He actually owned pinball machines that he placed in various businesses and collected quarters. And when he graduated from college, he already had a stake in a 40-acre farm. And that's all because he understood that he needed to get started and get out in the business world to find out what would work for him. You cannot learn what you need to learn from an armchair by reading books or listening to audios. you have to go out and actually do it. You have to get out in the real world to test your ideas and refine your business ideas into an effective and powerful money-making machine. Now, you can't be afraid of failing. Everybody who has experienced massive success has failed multiple times along the way. That doesn't mean they went bankrupt and belly up. It just means that they had multiple failures on their way to success. And think about it, isn't everything in life like that? When a child is learning to walk, how many times do they fall? When they're learning to speak and spell, how many times do they misspell or misspeak? Well, life is like that when you're trying something new. The setbacks are learning experiences, and you can redirect your path to ultimate success. So if you set out to become wealthy, all the investments that you make into your own learning, into your professional network, into your skills, they all compound over time. And sooner or later, you accumulate enough times at bat and enough experience to hit your home run. But the key is that you have to get started. You have to continue learning, refining, and adapting. Now, rule number 3, money is the result of a mindset that both attracts and retains money. It's not just an attraction game, you also have to keep it. Winners in the game of money, they're not the ones quickly buying shiny objects to impress other people the minute their bank account has some extra money in it. The winners, they do get the great cars, they get the vacation homes and the other goodies, but they use a small amount of their disposable money for those things. The winners keep a majority of their money, which they invest so that their money is working for them and compounding, and they have security and peace of mind. Now, they buy the shiny goodies with a small amount of their money as a treat for themselves. So what you need to do is lead with the learning, saving, and investing, and then follow on with the rewards as you can afford them. Don't be a show-off. Don't be an egomaniac. Make the money first, and then get the things with the spare leftover money as rewards for yourself. Now, for the 4th rule and law of money, thrill your customers. Wealthy people in business deliver great results for their customers. Those customers are happy. The customers feel they got the better end of the deal, even though they paid for the service or the product. For example, in my business, which is the overages business, we get former homeowners who've lost their homes to tax sale tens of thousands of dollars that they never knew existed, nor knew that they could ever get. They agree to work with us. We deliver the money to them. Now, they're not thinking that we were expensive. They are absolutely amazed, happy, and tickled pink to receive tens of thousands of dollars that they never knew existed and never expected to receive. And in the meanwhile, we make tens of thousands of dollars ourselves. It's a win-win feeling and allows us to make enormous profits and to have happy customers. And that is what every business does. Makes a lot of money and leaves really happy customers in its wake. That's win-win, and it builds a strong and profitable business foundation. And when you look at businesses that you can do, think about how you can bring enormous value to your customers that they're happy to pay for, and how you can use the efforts of other people to deliver that service. And that leads us into the 5th rule of money: leverage your time. People that get wealthy leverage their time in providing a service that matters to their customer because they provide it at least in part and maybe in full through other people. They don't try to do it all themselves. That way they can get freedom of their time as well as the money they need to meet their lifestyle. This may seem daunting, and having other people work for you, well, that may seem difficult and like a headache. But bear with me, it is absolutely manageable. Number 1, find your product or service that you're going to offer. In my case, it's overages. And then you learn how to do the business, and one at a time, outsource the work. Now, I'll give you an example in my business. In my business, step 1 is getting the lists of people owed money. I've outsourced that. I have a team that's in the Philippines that gets those public record lists. Second, in my business, we have to go find the contact information for the people through a process called skip tracing. Well, I was able to outsource that also because what did I do? I learned how to do it first, and then I showed other people how to do it, and now they do it. Next, you have to call the people up, tell them the good news, there's some money you can claim, and ask if they'd like your help in getting it. So I did that. I learned how to make that work. I learned the words to say, the phrases to say, and what works. And I then taught that to people that get on the phone, call people up, and offer our service. And many of them say yes. But I can tell you one thing, my team may make 100 calls. It doesn't take me even a minute for that. and they get signups from that, but I don't have to spend my time doing it. So I can make money while I'm doing things that I enjoy, spending time with my family, spending time on hobbies, spending time just relaxing and napping. You can do that when you leverage your efforts through other people. Finally, in my business, we have a team that applies for the funds and goes and gets them and then distributes their portion to the former owners. I have a team that does that. I have a team of experienced paralegals that I taught how to do the business. Once I had it going and once I was making money, I used a little bit of my profits to hire people and get them to do that work. And what do I do today? Well, I manage the business and I deal with decisions, I deal with strategic decisions, and I deal with the day-to-day. And the way that I got there is exactly the same way that you'll get there. Learn each step of your business, whatever it is, whether it's overages or something else. Write up procedures, develop systems, and then once you have your procedures and systems dialed in, then teach other people how to do it. Now, they may be an employee, they may be a contractor, but whoever you get, you're going to teach them how to do that step of your business. Over time, you'll manage, just like I did, to outsource all the day-to-day work. And now today I deal with exceptions and questions and making strategic decisions that need to be made. I'm not that busy like I was in the past, but we get a lot done because we have systems, processes, and people operating them. And that's how you leverage yourself. And that's how you start making a lot of money, even though you're not working that hard. Now, the way to start is learning how your business works itself. And then one at a time, outsourcing the parts that are time consuming or simply not appealing to you. Every time you do that, your workday gets shorter and shorter, even as your income can get larger and larger. And now for the sixth and the final money law. This one's gonna be a little controversial. Money is a result of your focus and your choices. If you wanna make a lot of money, turn your attention to making a lot of money. Once your attention is on that, you're gonna notice opportunities to make money everywhere. That is what focus brings to you. When your conscious mind says, I want something, and focuses on it, your subconscious mind is there screening constantly, looking around for things that meet whatever it is that you're interested in. And your subconscious will bring it to your conscious attention. And when you have something brought to your conscious attention, make it a priority to investigate and decide if you want to do something with that opportunity. Make a choice, yes or no. If you choose yes, then go and do it. Do not procrastinate, do not prevaricate, take action and do it. Often the difference between success and no success, between making a fortune and telling stories of what could have been, is simply that when faced with opportunity, one person said yes and got to work. The other one hesitated, never took the leap, and all they're left with is a story of what could have been. Forget the stories, take the action and reap the rewards. So if you found this interesting, hit the subscribe button and I'll give you more content like this, and hit the like button as well so that I'll know you like content like this and I'll make more of it, maybe talk about more of the money laws, more of how you get your business working for you. And also please leave comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything more that you'd like to know about either these money laws or other money laws. This is attorney, business mentor, and investor Bob Diamond. Thanks, and I'll talk to you soon.